Hi friends, good afternoon. This is Nanda Chaitanya. Today my topic is trigonometry of class 10, which I am going to explain briefly about trigonometry. Trigonometry, tri means 3. Gonia means measure. Gonia means angle and metry means measure. If you observe clearly, trigonometry is nothing but it is a 3 angles measure. We can see the 3 angles measured mostly in triangles only. Triangles law, if you observe these triangles is a combination of sides and angles. Sides and angles. Here trigonometry is nothing but it is the combination of the sides, or another words we can say that it is trigonometry is a combination of sides and angles, or it is the study of mathematics which deals with the sides and angles of the 3 angles measure. Similarly, this trigonometry we can study in this chapter mostly based on right angle triangles only. Right angles triangles. Right angle triangle defined as hypotenuse square is equals to sum of the squares of other 2 sides. How can we identify which one is a hypotenuse? How can we identify which one is the opposite and which one is the adjacent? Means based on the right triangle only we can identify the sides of the right triangle. So 90 degrees opposite angle is called hypotenuse. 90 degrees opposite side is called hypotenuse, and the angle acute angle opposite to its line segment. For example, if I take a acute angle is at A, acute angle measures 0 to 90, or in other words we can say that an acute angle measures from greater than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees, which we can call it as acute angle. Acute angle opposite line segment you are calling as opposite side, and the remaining side you can call it as adjacent side. Adjacent side. Based on these 3 sides we can identify the angles also. We can identify the angles. We will see what are the angles. Before that, trigonometry is derived from Greek word. It is a Greek word which means trigonon, which means trigononon, which means the measure of the triangle, the measure of the triangle. We'll see the size. So I took one right triangle A, B, C, and I took the right triangle at B, and acute angle is at C, theta. Acute angle is at C, theta. Now we have to mention the sides of the triangle. Sides of the triangle. The first thing we have to observe this is whether the given triangle is a right triangle or not. If it is not a right triangle, we cannot identify the sides of the triangle. Now If you observe clearly, we have given that AB is a perpendicular to BC and angle B is equals to 90 degrees. That means the opposite side of angle B is hypotenuse and acute angle to the opposite line segment is opposite side. And the third one is adjacent side. Adjacent side. Like this, we can identify the sides of the right triangle. Like this, we can identify the sides of the right triangle only if it is a right triangle only. Only if it is a right triangle only. So based upon the sides, the other one he has given that mostly in a trigonometry we have 6 angles, 6 ratios. One is sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta and cot theta. In trigonometry we have 6 ratios. That ratios are nothing but sine, and the full form of a sin is SINE, sine theta. Simply we can call it this one as a shortcut as sine theta. And cos theta can be represented as cos theta. This tan theta can be called it as tangent. And cosec theta can be called it as cosecant. Sec theta can be called it as secant. And cot theta can be called it as cotangent. Cotangent theta. The full form of this sine, cos, tan, cosec, secant and cot is sine you can call it as sine is sine theta, cos you can call it as cos theta, tan you can call it as tangent theta, cosec theta you are calling as a full form is cosecant theta, and sec theta you are calling as secant theta, and the cot theta can be called as a cotangent theta. And now we will see the ratios of the 6 ratios. In a right triangle, P, Q, R, right angle is at Q and acute angle is at R. Then according to this relation, you are getting the first ratio as sin theta. Sin theta can be represented as opposite by hypotenuse, O by H. Hypotenuse opposite by hypotenuse. Cos theta can be represented as adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent by hypotenuse. And tan theta can be represented as opposite by adjacent. O by H, A by H and O by A. This is the understanding of these 3 ratios. If we understand these 3 ratios, the reciprocals of these 3 ratios will come as cosecant theta, secant theta and cot theta. The cot theta. Now we will see here. The acute angle is at R. Acute angle is at R. Acute angle opposite to the line segment you are getting as opposite, and 90 degrees opposite line segment as hypotenuse, and the remaining one you are getting as adjacent. Now it's according to this figure, sin theta can represent as O by H. In this, what is O? PQ. That means I can write easily by PQ by hypotenuse is PR. And here cos theta can represent as Adjacent. What is adjacent here? QR. QR by PR. Tan. Tan can represent as O by A is nothing but sin theta by cos theta. What is the sin theta here? O by H whole divided by cos theta A by H. By simplifying this HH, you are getting the remaining value as O by A. O by A. And cosecant can represent as the reciprocal of sin theta, 1 by sin theta. And here secant can represent as 1 by cos theta. And the cot theta can represent as 1 by tan theta. Now, according to these three ratios, you are getting cosecant can represent as H by O, that means hypotenuse by opposite, and the secant can represent as 1 by cos theta, that is nothing but H by A, that is nothing but hypotenuse by adjacent, and the cot theta can represent as 1 by tan theta, that is nothing but adjacent by opposite. Like this, we can identify or we can write the ratios of the remaining three ratios. First of all, to understand these 6 ratios, first of all you have to understand what is the sine, cos and tan. Okay? Thank you.